The Ngozi Cadmus Show presents the bridge between faith, entrepreneurship, and leadership. My name is Ngozi Cadmus, and I'm a mental health and leadership expert. I represent the average woman and equip women of faith to walk in their divine calling, master their thoughts, and love themselves so that they can level up spiritually, mentally, and financially. Welcome to the Ngozi Cadmus Show. I am your host, Ngozi Cadmus, and I'm a mental health and leadership expert, and we are going to talk about visibility. Why you gotta be visible. Episode 14. So, why you got to be so visible? It's so interesting because last episode we were talking about walk by faith and not by sight. I walk by faith and not by sight. I walk by faith and not by sight. I walk by faith in Jesus Christ. Hey, it's a tune by Victoria Orenze. Walk by faith and not by sight. Yeah. So, coming back, to the topic of being visible. What does that mean? What does it mean to be visible? Maybe this is a bit about my story about being visible. So, when I was younger, like a lot of kids, you wanted to get into performing arts, wanted to do singing, dance, had all of those kind of dreams. They got extinguished because I wasn't great. I came to the realization I wasn't that good. No one ever really said, like, girl, you ain't got it like that. You can't sing, you can't dance. But I could tell by people's responses that, I was mediocre. Mediocre was okay, but it was mediocre. I wasn't of a certain level. So I wanted to take it really far. So I think the most hurtful one was more my singing. I really thought I could sing. Like, I just honestly thought I was Aretha Franklin, but boy, I found out that I really weren't. I listened to myself, and I was in very much denial. It took me 2 years to come to realization between year 7 and year 9 that I could not sing, because the first year was people not responding to me the way I thought they should, because I genuinely thought, like, why does no one give me the attention that I should be getting because I can sing? And then I listened to myself, and then I was really shocked at the voice. Like, it was honestly very traumatic. I don't mean it in a really dramatic way. I just mean it was like, that's not me. And I was like, but it is me, because I recorded it. So it took me, I was in denial for a year, because I was really like, well, I thought I could sing. Why was I in the choir? I was put in soprano. People gave me money to sing. Like, when I said people gave me money, I meant like I sang on the street and somebody just like threw £1 or £2. I was like, they lied to my face. So I think that hurt the most, that no one told me that I could sing, that I couldn't sing. So by year 9, I was over this dreaming of singing, and I thought, oh, maybe I could dance. And then I was with my friend as she was auditioning for a dance group, and they made me audition. I didn't want to, but I kind of fell into peer pressure, and then I could see by their faces that I wasn't that great, and they said, oh, you tried your best. So then I knew I wasn't great at dancing. I still did dance competitions, but I wasn't like I wasn't a diversity or a flawless. Okay, so I can drop it on the dance floor, but yeah. And then acting, I was like, okay, maybe I can be an actress. I did a really good scene one time about, dad, like, talking to your dad, and, everybody was crying, and I thought, oh my God, like, I can actually act. And then, why did that drop? I don't know. Acting, I think, at age 13 or 14, okay. Trying to think, how real should I go? How real should I be? Okay, I'm gonna be very real. I'm very honest. Between 13 and 14, and let's just be real, a lot of us, we did some sexual acts, yeah? So I did a sexual act, and a lot of people found out about the sexual act with these. Let's just say it wasn't with one person, okay? But yeah, it was a very. Yeah, it was actually, anyways, when I really think about it, it was a very horrible, weird situation that occurred, but somehow it got out. The one of the guys shared it with a friend that happened to go to the show. By Monday, a number of people knew what occurred, and it spread throughout the school and whatever. And then I think, to be fair, that was actually in year 8 though. So, but I think when I wanted to pursue acting, and again, I'm saying this not in a very serious way, although I was in Stagecoach school, I've been in performing arts school since I was like 5 or 6 up until I was like 14, 15. So to be fair, and I did perform in different places, I was actually always in acting, singing and dancing. So, you know, I was always in performing arts. I took drama, you know, as my my GCSEs. But I think when I realized some of the things that I've done with, you know, young, you know, with boys and all that stuff, I don't know, I just kind of felt like I would be exposed. Something in me said, if I put myself out there, if I become famous, somebody will expose my past kind of history. And I was just really embarrassed. And I said, you know what, I don't want that to occur. So I will never, like I said to God, I remember saying to God or saying to myself, like, because I wasn't saved then, but saying to myself, I never want to be famous. And my fear was being, you know, fear of exposure. And then when I got saved, again, I just didn't desire to be, you know, there's some Christians that get saved and then they want to, I don't know, maybe it's me, my bias. I just feel that some people want to be in the limelight, and then some people that were the reluctant leaders, were put in leadership, but were not trying to be visible, were not trying to be on the stage. And I get that some people are just so passionate and they feel like they're led to speak. So I'm not going to act like people just want to be famous via the Christian route, but I just kind of feel that some people are too quick to want to be on the stage, because when I read that scripture that says that if you teach you get greater judgment, I said, huh? I said, what? That was before I started the Bible study. I remember going to God, wait 1 minute, wait 1 minute, and honestly that kind of did I don't want to be known. Can I not do something, God? Can I not make money? Like I said to God, I want money without being known. I want money in secret. I want to be a secret millionaire. I just want to be hidden. And that has been my wrestle, or one of my wrestles for my life. Also, one of the other reasons why I didn't want to be seen was because I got severely bullied as a child for the way I looked, for the way I sounded, for my body. So even though I reconciled with not everything, but with a lot of how I felt about myself and how I looked, you could imagine, I guess, the trauma and the scarring of, if I put myself in the public eye, I am literally putting myself to be insulted and cussed on things that I probably just about gotten over. I've just reconciled or healed from the words and the taunts that I've received. So I was like, hell to the no. I'm not a Beyonce. I'm not a Nia Long. I'm not those people that are, you know, we can all say are beautiful. I do not want to put myself out there to be critiqued, because I'm human. And yes, your critique could send me into a depressive cycle. And because I guess I was depressed for such a long time, it didn't even make sense for me to put myself forward, because if someone said you're ugly, I would go and cry. I would cry and be, oh my God, I'm good ugly, because it would remind me of the bullying that I used to receive. So that's also part of why I didn't want to be visible. And sorry, it sounds like I'm like, I don't know how it sounds. I guess it's because I'm genuinely thinking through and feeling the emotions of like, because I'm being very honest, I'm like, right, this is the reason why. When I've said to people I'm fear of exposure, I don't always say what I'm fear of exposing, because again, it's not always the context, but I'm being very raw, because I said to myself, the next couple of episodes, I need to be more transparent, because I'm doing all of these other podcasts that I'm being invited on, but, you know, I'm now getting more comfortable with the cameras and stuff like that. So for those that are listening and those that are watching, you're going to see like me sharing my story more, because partly because I've already shared it now on people's platforms. So it's like, okay, I can share it now on my platform. So yeah, I just kind of felt that, I didn't want to be visible. I didn't want to be known. I didn't want to be seen because I was too ugly. I just didn't feel worthy enough. So it felt like, well, if I put myself out there, I'm going to be exposed and I would crumble. I just knew that I didn't think I could take what comes with being visible. But I had a sense that God wanted me to put my message out there. I had a sense that there was a level of notoriety I was going to get. I had a sense of it. And it wasn't like growing up, I always knew I was going to be great. Like people say that. It's like, I wasn't that 5-year-old child going, I'm going to be great someday. I was just a normal 5-year-old child that liked to have fun and play and enjoy life. I think all of this happened when I got saved, really. I began to realize who and what I was called. And I think the reason why a lot of people might say, wow, and see what I'm doing, and I guess they can see, they have an insight into the future, they got a glimpse and say, wow, Ngozi, you're going far, is because when Jesus saved me, I was broken. And I think the people that do the most for God, like if you look at scriptures and you just look at people, are those that they're aware of their brokenness. I think I was so aware of it. I've been so aware of my brokenness that, that probably was a bit too much in the forefront, and why I really hid. But when I say I hid, I hid, but I kept being pushed. So to most people, I've been a leader for as long as they know me. Reluctantly though. So, maybe it's not even me talking to you about how to be visible. I didn't really know. Like the last 2 episodes has just been me really just sharing my heart, and the topic is part of what I'm talking about, because I'm like, I'm meant to be telling you guys about being visible. But I guess I'm sharing my journey with you and hoping that there is people that will connect with that. And I know they will, because a lot of my clients experience the same thing. A lot of people I speak to experience the same thing. I'm around people. I've got such amazing people that I'm around with, men and women. And our biggest issue is we just don't want to be known and seen. I don't have any friends that want to be an influencer. I don't have friends that say, they want to jump on this. Like we've all said we want to jump on YouTube, and we've tried, or some of us have attempted and stopped, because we are not really trying to be, YouTubers and influencers, and we're partly scared, and it's hard to be consistent, guys. Like I nearly never did this episode, if I'm really honest. I was just done. I was tired. I was like, what am I going to say? Hold on, is it recording? That's recording. Okay, it's recording. I had to make sure. Like, is it recorded? Yeah. So it's a double-edged sword. With everything there's a pro and con. And let me tell you how I overcome my visibility. How I overcame my visibility. Yeah. I overcame my visibility, my fear of being visible, my fear of, I wasn't afraid of being successful. I wanted to be successful. Just can I do it without being seen and known? I overcame my visibility because I realized there was a greater fear. The greater fear I had was failing God. The greatest fear I had was disappointing God. The greater fear that I had was not doing what God has called me to do, missing my assignment. So that fear has replaced the fear that has consumed me for a very long time, which I never thought was possible, but I had to find a greater fear. I'll talk about that in the next podcast. But yeah. Visible. What does visibility mean? I guess visibility to me means being seen, being known for something. I'm trying to be a thought leader. I am a thought leader. I'm trying to be recognized as a thought leader. I'm trying to be seen as a thought leader. I want to be invited to speak on, black mental health, black leadership, black women leadership, Christian and entrepreneurship. I want to be the person. I want to be one of the, because I don't think I'm going to always be the chosen person. There could be many of us in this field, but I want to be one of the chosen people. When BBC is talking about black mental health, I should be there, because I have created an organization that nobody has ever created. I've created something that nobody has done before me or after me. And I hid. So now I'm like, guys, I'm here. This is the person that created this amazing organization. It's me. I should be called. Like, in all honesty, I really should be. And it's just like, okay, I should be, but do I really want to be? Now I do. I want to be called. I want to speak. I've got something to say. So it's like I'm catching my tail. Even though I know God is going to accelerate things, I'm like catching up to 4 years that I've hidden. So being visible was about taking myself out of my comfort zone. This is out of my comfort zone. This is not my comfort. I might seem more comfortable. I might appear comfortable because I'm authentically me. But this is not my comfort. This, hey, this, oh, this, hey. Oh, well, it's good to see you. No, not like that. No, I'll be like, anyways. Oh my God, can't do that. How did it do today? No. Oh my God. Anyways. So for the listeners, I was just doing I was trying to do a particular dance move that I couldn't remember how it goes again. I've got to go soon because I got a birthday. I got a birthday to go to. To be fair, the outfit I'm wearing here, my husband said it doesn't fit. So actually, if you see my bottoms, I like the outfit, but he's like, it's not rhyming. Oh, I like this jacket. I want to wear this jacket. So, back to what I was saying. So being visible is about coming out of your comfort zone. It's about, doing things that you're not comfortable with, but are good for you, that will stretch you, that will propel you to where you need to go to. Not taking no for an answer, being relentless, pursuing the things that you want to do, putting yourself out there. Like I'm going to networking event upon networking event upon networking event. I'm speaking at events. I'm talking. I'm doing things that 6 months ago I would have been like, oh my God, I don't want to do that. But I'm doing it. I'm showing up. I'm being consistent. I am being consistent even when I'm tired. Like there's times that I'm videoing at 2-3 a.m. because I'm like, I didn't want to do it and I just got myself to do it. I was like, okay, I'm going to record. I am going to record. So I don't know, this podcast, these 2 podcasts have been just more maybe me sharing my personal story. So about walking by faith and not by sight, and about, being visible and what does that mean? What does that look like? So I hope it blesses people. I guess the last thing I would say about being visible is, what has made me realize that visibility isn't so bad is the fact that there are people that I know of. You see them on Instagram. They're making a lot of money, making a lot of impact, and they are visible, but not everyone knows them. If I now asked you, do you know the founder of the Vitae watch? Yeah, Vitae is a black-owned watch, right? Some of you might go, oh, I know, and some of you go, I don't know, right? But he's known to those that he needs to be known by, and he's made a lot of money, made a lot of impact. So when I realized that, I was like, I would love that. There's a level of notoriety that knows me, but I'm not known by everybody. I'm not trying to be Beyonce, Madonna, Rihanna, where the whole world knows me. But those that know me, there's a woman called Cindy Trim, an amazing woman. Some of you might go, oh, I know her. Some of you go, who is she? But she's known and she's made massive impact. So it makes me realize that the fear that I had, right, I'm not going to be like globally, I'm not going to be a Kurt Franklin. And maybe I will be. But even there are people that still don't know who Kurt Franklin is. So again, there is that comfort knowing that I'm not going to be known by everyone. And lastly, what was the other thing? My friend told me that nobody can expose what you did when you were under 18. So, I just expose it myself. Do you know what I'm saying? So really and truly, there ain't nothing to be afraid of. So this was today's episode. I shall see you in the next episode, and have an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. God bless.